Good morning. Today I'm going to take you along to cook lunch. Last night, my children and we have a movie night. We just I made a lot of popcorn and let them sleep in the living room while watching TV with a bowl of popcorn until midnight. So before I went to bed, I put pot roast in the oven. So I'm working on our potatoes here, and that's pot roast. I put in the oven around midnight, I believe, or 1 in the morning at 250. And not too long ago, I pulled it out and drained the juice and the fat. You can see that's the fat and that's the juice. So I'll use it in cooking. So I'm working on our potatoes. This for lunch. I'm just going to make some potatoes. I'll boil it with, and then we'll just eat it with the pork roast. For the evening, I'm thinking about cooking rice, make gravy, and we'll eat it with pork chops. Even though I have that big pork roast in the oven, we are not just going to be eating pork roast for the next few days. We'll be eating other meats as well. So the pork roast, I purchased it on sale for 99 cents a pound. I like to buy meat when it's on sale. I have $95 budget a month for meat. Angelique, can you lower your voice a little bit? Thank you. So $95 a month for meat. When I don't spend it, I just keep it in an envelope until meat is on sale, and then I'll stock up. I have a freezer just for meat. So 99 cents a pound, I believe it's about 10 pounds that meat or less. For a family of 5, but a household of 6. So it might take us about 3 days. You might eat it like 3 meals or something like that and have some residue. That's my potato. I'll put this in my garden. And the potato, I purchased it on sale as well. I don't like to pay full price for potato. So most of the time, I will buy it in fall or winter. And that's when we eat a lot of potato. Summertime, when it's not on sale, I just don't use it. I just don't cook potato. So I believe this one I purchased it for 88 cents a pound. No, 88 cents for 5-pound bags. And I think I have about 10 pounds here. It's about 15 potatoes in 5-pound bags. So we have, it'll be a little bit more than 5 pounds, but a little bit less than 10 pounds, I think. And the way I choose how many we need, I'll just assume the kids might eat 1 or 2, adult might eat 3, and then probably 3 for my husband to take to work for his lunch at work. So I took that in consideration because I don't want to have a lot of leftover in my fridge. I don't mind having meat or stew in the fridge, but for things that take so easy, it doesn't take me long to cook. I don't like to have so much of it in the fridge. So I'm just going to boil it like this. I'm not going to cut it in pieces. Make it easy for me to track how many we eat as well. or how many each one of us ate. So the potato is about 88 cents or 5-pound bag, and I'm using about 10-pound bag if I just assume it like that. So that's $1. Let's just say less than $2 for the potato. The meat, 99 cents a pound, and 10 pounds will be about, let's just say $10 for that. But we are a household of 6, 3 adults, 3 kids, and we are going to use the meat about 3 times. So if you are on, on budget, you can make meals at home without spending a lot if you buy your ingredients on sales. I usually buy my staples at the end of the year. For this year, I didn't save up enough for it, so I'm going to be buying a lot of staples throughout the year or at the beginning of first few months. And our budget is $375 a month for groceries, everything included. I even include kids' clothes in it as well. I try to challenge myself to see how I can stretch my grocery budget, and I didn't set it recently. I try to spend $250 a month. I still take $375 out, but I'll do $225 on the side and see if we can spend within $250. We shop for my annual grocery shopping. We did it, but I just purchased things that we need for the holidays and birthdays for this month. So I didn't buy a lot of staples the way I usually stock up on toilet paper for the year, pasta for the year, sugar for the year or 6 months. I didn't buy in bulk like that. And a lot of time I made those purchases at Walmart. But because I didn't save enough for it and I didn't want to take it out of our saving or checking, I just budget to spend $200 on those expenses. And I spend quite a bit on holidays items instead. So I'm not going to cook any vegetables or anything. In fact, potato is vegetables. So it's not green, but it's a vegetable. So we are just going to serve the boiled potato with the rolls. And if somebody wants, they will add butter to it. My screen is a little bit... Sorry about that. So yeah, some might add butter to their potato, but that's pretty much it. I'm not even going to make gravy. And the meal is going to be less than $10. I have vegetables, but I'm not going to bother. We have fruit. Somebody wants, he can eat fruit as well. And my kids, throughout the day, they'll ask me to serve them snacks. So I will serve them apple for snacks. But for lunch, it's just going to be one meal, no side or anything like that. So it will take a while to cook and get softened, but that's just the way I'm going to do it. It saves me time as well. We'll take this outside and put it in our garden.
If you please help me, I'll give you puppy treats.
I have a garden at the front of the house and at the back. So that's my front yard. And I have a small garden here right above my kitchen where I like to grow a lot of onions and herbs. So when I'm cooking, I'll just come out to harvest what I need. And I have a garden at the front as well. I turn my front yard into a garden. That saves me time. I don't have to mow lawn. And I have a lot of fruit trees, herbs, onion, vegetables. So in summer times, we eat from the garden and I harvest the excess. I will chop them up and just freeze them. So that helps in winter time to cook those vegetables, without prepping them because they have been prepped already. So that's one way for me to save time in winter time because, I have prepped those vegetables.
Puppies taste cats. Dogs taste cats. Taste. Hey, if you're a dog, then this is your puppy friend. I'm a dog. I'm a puppy, and this is my puppy.
When you use ice cream, I just see those buckets and you use them for those type of works. And I just left them in the basement on top of my freezer. And it's around 9. Or probably, I think it's about 9 or close to 9. And I start working on our lunch. That way I don't have to serve the kids breakfast. And by the way, they didn't finish their popcorn last night, so they have been eating it. And each one of them has a big ball. That's one way I use my balls. So the ball was full for each one of them. They all have their own balls. And they didn't finish it raw. So this morning I add some cookies to it. And they have been playing around eating those popcorn. So my middle one has that ball, but she's still working on her popcorn while she's playing with her sister. So they are now really hungry. And I thought maybe I can just work on the lunch right away. That way by 10, they'll have early lunch, or 11. And later, I'll serve them some snack. It could be apple, since we have a lot of apple. In fact, we are running low in apple. I have not seen much of sale this weekend in the ad. We buy our fruit on sale. We just buy what is on sale. I like it when my fridge is now full. Like right now, I'm seeing empty space. The easy way I clean up my fridge is when I see an empty space, I just grab a towel and wipe it off. Sometimes I'll add a little bit white vinegar to it and wipe it off, or I'll just use the towel or a wet towel. And I don't have to, spend a specific time to empty my fridge and wipe it. I just clean it, and it looks clean to me all the time. When I see a stain somewhere, I'll just get a wet towel and wipe it. So when I like it, by the end of the week, I like to have a fridge that is bare. That food belongs to the adult in the house. So I should add this. I have a potato here. A few days ago, I made a meal with potato, and I had too many, so I have this one here that I put in the freezer. So I have added to what I'm boiling. My son has his dishes here, so we have my kefir. I'll just put it and wipe my fridge for the way. These things came with my chest, one of my chest freezer, and when we too recently we got a lot of apple, I didn't have space in my crispers, and I just grab it and it fits well in my fridge too. So I just fill it up with apple, and I have a second one as well that when I need, I'll do that. I add it to it. So yeah, I might have to take butter out when the potato is done, so that who wants to eat, add some butter to theirs they can. We don't go through a lot of milk. I usually budget $15 a month for milk. And I'll say we use about a gallon a week. I don't serve kids milk to drink. It's a part of our meal. I can use it in cooking, or I can use it as a breakfast for them. And for meal, I can make chocolate milk pudding for dinner, along with something else. So my kids like that, so I'll use milk for it. Other than that, I'll serve them cereal, but I don't just serve them milk to drink. For that reason, we don't go through a lot of milk. I don't drink milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so. But my kids don't have problem. My husband likes to use it for cereal. So we use about a gallon a week, sometimes more. When milk is on sale, I'll make a lot of kefir, which I can drink, because this culture feeds on the lactose in the milk. So it doesn't contain a lot of lactose. By the time it's fermented, the milk is fermented. So I can drink kefir without problem. I make yogurt sometimes. I don't make it anymore really, because with the kefir is so easy to make that I don't really want to bother with yogurt. But the kids like it when I make yogurt. But these days I just make kefir for them, and they love drinking it. It does require a lot of sugar to sweeten it up though, since it's sour, and it's very good for you. Yeah, so when you want to buy it in the store, it can be very expensive. The culture, I purchased the culture at a Whole Food store. It is less than a teaspoon for over $20, I believe. A few years ago, now it grew into about a cup of culture in that milk. So I use a half-gallon jar and just keep it in the fridge, because I don't make it on a daily basis. So that's all I want to share with you this morning. We do have the ad. The ad came. A lot of time when the ad came, I look in it to see what they have that we can purchase, and I didn't see really much in it. I have seen the egg that I wanted to purchase, but yeah, probably I might buy that. And no, I'm not going to buy the chocolate chips, because I purchased last month and I stock up $1 each. And at the end of the month, I will shop my staples that I'm low in. And during the week, we'll shop about once a week. We just shop the ad. I'll look in the ad to see what is on sale that I can stock up on. And based on what I can afford or what I've saved for, I'll just purchase what I need. It's not because something is on sale that I will buy it. If I don't use it, I don't buy it. That's how we live on $375 a month for a family of 5, and save money. to pay our debts and invest. Thank you for watching. I'm Nina from Nina Soap, and I invite you to visit us on our website. Thank you.